Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Let me get, oh man, you want to see what we got going on here? My name is Don Daniel, founder of Pill Method International, a better way to eliminate debt. And we've been doing this 18 years, helping people to understand how loans are really constructed, how much money they're actually charging us, and how you don't have to pay all of that money. By breaking this thing down, we're going to be able to see how you can pay off 3 mortgages in less time than most people can pay off 1. What? Yes. I'm going to put it up on the screen for you. So you definitely want to see this. You want to be able to see this. I've got to press. Listen, I'm going to jump right into the presentation, but by understanding interest cancellation, by understanding how you can manipulate the use of your money, you can give the bank back their money at a discount. You can borrow at a discount, a deep discount, when you know how to give. You see, listen, when you choose the timing, you are in control. I'm trying to let you know that. So let me go ahead and get things rolling. We're going to share our screen here, and you want to go to YouTube and watch this because this is good. This is going to be good today. All right. So let me go ahead and change up my screens here. We're going to add this. There we go. There we are. We're going to add that in there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm starting out here is with John and Rebecca Jones. Okay. John and Rebecca Jones have 1 mortgage. They've got a car payment. They've got a credit card. All right. They got all this going on. And right now they are in debt. Let's see here. They are, I'm putting it up on the screen right now, putting their accounts on. They got 3,000 in their checking account. They've got 5,000 in savings, not very much in savings, but they have a $25,000 auto loan. All right. And a $200,000 mortgage at 6%. Okay. They have all this. So they owe a total of $225,000. With this program that I have on the screen here, they're going to be able to save. Look at this. This is the key. How much interest will they be able to save by following the dictates of the program, by following the prompts from the program? Because the program is doing all of the math so that you can put the right amount of money in the right month, on the right day of the month, on the right loan. And then we're going to calculate all your interest savings if we do that. And these folks are going to save $182,000 in interest. They know that before they make a single payment. All right. So once they do that, look here, because of all the interest they save, more of their money goes to where they want it to go. It goes to principal, meaning they can literally pay this mortgage off in 7.4 years. All of their debt, their car and their mortgage in 7.4 years. Listen, if you all want to talk about how to pay off 3 mortgages this morning in record time, please come to the stage. Please come to the stage and ask your questions. I'm going to put my link at the top. But good morning to everybody. Good morning. Let me see. Let me put my link to the top here. And it's ICE 10K.com. There it is. All right. So there we go. ICE10K.com is at the top. So if you want to see what we're doing, let's go to YouTube. And let me put the YouTube link in the chat while we're at it. So we'll bring up a new window over here and bring up our YouTube channel. There we go. And there's the live. And we want to be able to share that link. All right. Share the link to the live. Copy. Let me see if I can paste that in the chat. All right. There it is. There's the link to the YouTube. All right, it's live so you can see that. Now, again, here's where we're going to start. We're going to be able to put but pay all this off in 7.4 years. Let me show you what's happening right now before we start adding mortgages. All right. I got some folks in here making comments. Good morning, Ian Pedley, all the way from Australia. And Del Garcia Stewart, good morning to you. Good morning to you. They're both watching us on YouTube. All right. And if you're watching us on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, good morning to you all. More and more people are hopping on the live so that they can see this. Okay. So right now, we're going to go over to what we call the action plan. The action plan is where we track all of the money. Okay. So we're starting in July so we can move forward. Here's what the program does. It tracks your income and your outgo. Right now, they have John has $950 coming in, all right, in as a paycheck, and he puts that in the bank. All right. And then when he does that, then we've got the mortgage payment is $1199.10. So when he pays his mortgage, that is subtracted from his bank account. So the bank account in the program matches his bank account at the bank. So the program always knows how much you have in there because this is how we start it. Okay. We tell the program just like this. We click on it and say, oh, I've received my income. I click execute and I tell the program I received it. And then when I click execute again, it just makes it a part of the checking account inside the program, or our virtual checking account, because he received $950 in his real checking account. Now the program knows how much he has. So when he pays his bills, it does the same thing. We subtract that. So folks, come up to the stage, raise your hand. I'll bring you up and you can talk about how all of this works. Now, once we start tracking this information, look what happens. I need you to watch these arrows. Do you see these arrows? I'm going to rub on the arrow and it says suggested strategic accumulation transfer. All right. So the program is saying when you have a certain amount of money in the bank, we're going to start saving up money to put towards the debt. We're going to track how much money you need to spend to live, and we're going to track how much money you're bringing in, and any extra money we're going to put in the savings account. Now, their long-term savings is taken care of. That's coming out of their paycheck before they even get it. So the long-term savings plan is in place. Then the next thing we want to talk about is there enough money for them to have some fun? I mean, to go out and to create memories with their family. I want to show you something here. Do you see where it says unitemized budget? Unitemized budget includes money that they can just pay for stuff just to have fun. It's already in the budget. Okay. So we're getting our income. We're putting money away for long-term savings. We're making minimum payments to the debt. We're having fun. All right. That's part of the budget. And we're paying the rest of the bills. So that covers everything. So if we have all of that going on and we're tracking it, then we know how much money is left over that we can use to attack debt with. All right. So here's what the program is saying. Let's start putting some money away. Here, we're going to put $2,600 in the savings account because we don't need that money for anything else. We're looking at how much they're making and how much they're spending. All right. How much they're making and how much they're spending. And then the program says we're going to put $6,000. Look at this. Their mortgage payment is $1199.10. And in the same month, the program says we're going to put $6,000 on this mortgage, on their first mortgage. I want to show you what happens when you do that. Let me make this bigger so you can see it. You need to know this. And this is a crying shame if we don't know this. We should have been taught this years ago. If they take money out of their savings account that's making 1/10 of 1%, they put this $6,300 on their mortgage. Look how much interest they save. $29,185. $29,185. and it will knock off like 3 years off their mortgage. 3 years. Yeah, because right now only about a little over $2,000 goes to principal each year right now. So if I can put $6,000 on at one time, it knocks off almost 3 years off this mortgage and saves $29,000 in interest. In other words, if they were to make their payments every single month, just like the bank wanted them to, until they paid their loan down by $6,000 about 3 years from now, it would cost them $29,185 in interest. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think $29,000 is too much to pay the loan down by $6,000? Now, let's go ahead. Ian Pedley. What does Ian say? Says okay. Ian says here, no program that I know of can say how much you are going to save when you make an additional payment like this, $6K. You're right, Ian. I don't care how far and wide you search, trying to find a program that says, here's how much interest you save when you make a certain payment. In fact, I spent last weekend at a financial conference, and I heard by putting $6,000 down on this particular mortgage, you're going to save less than $1,000 in interest. That's how they figure it. I mean, they've been teaching this for years, Ian, but that's what they came up with. And I said, I totally disagree. Okay. Now I need you all to play around with this while we're here, because Ian brought it up. The program that I use to teach, I'm going to bring that up on the screen, is an amortization calculator created by Brett Whistle, BRETWHISSEL, Brett Whistle. Okay, so when you take a look at that, here's what I need you to do: practice with it, put in a particular mortgage, all right, and then when you let me see here, let me show you. When you put in that particular mortgage, and you'll see how much money you have left. The principal balance is there. Just pretend you made a prepayment of whatever amount. Okay. Then let's say you put in, $2,000. So if you put $2,000 on this, then you would owe not 99,900, you'd owe 97,900. Take that and put it into the same amortization schedule with the same payment, but leave the number of payments out. Okay, leave the number of payments out. When you compare the two mortgages, how much interest, your total interest paid, okay, then you do the subtraction, you'll be able to see how much interest you just saved. And I'm telling you, if my brain can figure this out and can give you some of the basics, these guys that are using these expensive calculators and been teaching this for years, you would think they would know that if you put money on this loan, you could save a lot of interest, not a little bit of interest. Okay, so let's get back to the program here. Okay, so now I'm going to add in another mortgage. What? Yeah, I'm going to add in another mortgage here so that we can. I got this too big. Let me get this. Let me right size this thing for you. All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right. We got to bring that down so you can actually see it. All right. Thanks for bringing that up, Ian. All right. So I'm going to add another mortgage to this. It's a rental. I'm going to add another mortgage to this, and it's a rental. Remember, they're going to be out of debt in 7.4 years. I'm getting ready to add another 30-year mortgage to this program and see how it affects their years to pay off. Please, if you're not looking at this, if you're not looking at this, go to YouTube so you can see it. But like if you're at work or whatever, make sure you go back and watch the replay because it'll be there. All right. So we're going to add another mortgage to this. I'm going to go to accounts, And I need you to remember these numbers up here, okay? I'm going to go to accounts and I'm going to add an account. All right, so now I'm going to add another mortgage. I'm going to manually add it. All right, now this mortgage we're going to call rental one. Okay, rental one. All right, the lender is the bank. Right, you can put whatever name bank you want in there. All right, rental is the bank. The starting, we're starting at $175,000 is the new mortgage at 6% interest for 360 months. Now, what is the payment on that? It is $1,049.81. So we're going to put that in. All right, $1,049.81. Okay, there we go. And then we wanted to come up in July. All right, our first payment in July. So we're going to go back to July because that's where the program starts. So our statement date has to be in June. So we'll do June 15 for the statement date, and then the payment date we will do July 1. Go the other way down. All right, July 1. There we go. So now we're going to add that to our program. A new mortgage, we're putting that in. Now remember, we were at 7.7 years. Now the program shows 17.3 years. But remember, this is a rental. This is a rental. Now, so that means there's rental income. The rent that this particular house brings in is $1,700 a month. $1,700 a month. Okay. So now we have to go back to the budget and put it in as income. Okay. So $1,700 a month income. So we add an income. We'll call it rental one. We're adding an income of $1,700. And we are receiving it, our first rental payment, ta-da, July, the 1st of July. All right. So we're going to add that to the mix. And remember, we were at 7.7 years to pay off one mortgage. Now we're adding a second 30-year mortgage, but we're also adding in income of $1,700. And remember, the payment on this mortgage is $1,049.81, but we're bringing in $1,700 in rents. So when we put this into the program, I forgot to select a category. Select a category, income, and then we slide over to rental income. Boom, we put that in there. Now we can save it. Now we have our income coming in. Look at this. We were supposed to be out of debt on one mortgage in 7.7 years. I just added a whole new mortgage to this program, plus the rental income. And now we're going to pay off two mortgages in 9 years and save a total of $320,970 in interest we don't have to pay. Isn't that amazing? Strategic Secrets, good morning to you, sir. Let's see what you have to say. It says, good morning. It's good to know exactly how much you're going to save with each additional payment. Not only is it good to know, you need to do that so that you can tell when to stop making extra payments. What do you mean by that, Don? Because if you know that a small amount of money can save you a lot of interest, that's only in the beginning because the interest is front loaded. So as you get deeper into the amortization schedule, because like that $6,000 knocks off 3 years. So now you're 3 years in to the amortization schedule. That means the amount of interest that you have left is a smaller amount. So each time you prepay, you save less and less interest per dollar. And it only makes sense that after a certain point, it doesn't make sense to prepay anymore. How about that? And then you can start focusing on how much more money we're going to put into our investments. Okay. So knowing how much you're saving is important if you are an investor, so that you can have interest savings, and then take any monies that will not give you extra interest savings, you put that into your investment. That's why it's good to know these numbers and stop operating in the dark. Every real estate investor I know of operates in the dark in terms of interest cost on these loans. Now, I need you to listen, if you are excited about what you're seeing, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to put a number 9 in the chat. You had these John and Rebecca Jones had one mortgage that was supposed to be paid off in 7.7 years. They just added another mortgage to the mix, and now they're going to be out of debt in both mortgages in 9 years because we added in the income. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Put a number 9 in the chat if you're excited about the fact that putting on a 30-year mortgage only added in less than 2 years of payoff on their entire indebtedness. Less than 2 years it added on. You would think it would add on a lot more. Boy, oh boy. So when you have something like this in your corner, then you can know. 9 point. Okay. So now we're going to take a look. We're going to take a look, ladies and gentlemen, at adding in a third mortgage and see what that does. What do you think? What do you think? If I put in a third mortgage to this program, and the mortgage I'm going to put in is $160,000, but the rent is the same. The rent is the same. Okay, it's $1,700. I'm going to put in a third mortgage in here. What do you think it's going to go to? It's right now it's at 9.9, and I'll take your guesses. Put a guess in there. How long will it take to pay off 3 mortgages when I add that third mortgage? Based on what you've seen, go ahead and put it in the chat. And if you're online, go ahead and put it in the comment section while I work on putting this in. So we're going to go to the accounts. We're going to go to the accounts, and we're going to add a third mortgage for a rental property that is already rented, bringing in $1,700 a month. So we're going to add this. All right. Strategic Secret says 7 to 8 years. No, he said, do you think we're going to add another 7 or 8 years on? Nope. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Strategic Secrets. I don't think it's going to add 7 to 8 years. Maybe more, maybe less. I don't know. Let's take a look and see. So we're going to add the account. All right. We're going to add a mortgage. Del Garcia says it's going to add. So Stuart, are you saying that it's going to take 11 years to pay everything off? Or are you saying it's going to add 11 years? Okay. So let me know what you're thinking. Add 11, or it's going to take a total of 11. So we're going to add in a regular mortgage. All right. And all right, no extra years, but 7 to 8 years to pay off. Oh, I got you. 7 to 8 years to pay off. 11 years total. I see what you two are saying. I see what you two are doing. So we're going to add in rental number 2. Rental 2. We're adding in rental 2. And if you're new to the room, go to YouTube so you can see what we're doing. I have the link in the chat. That will take you to our live YouTube presentation. And we're also on Twitter, Facebook, all right, and LinkedIn. All right, so we're adding that in. The lender is bank again. Okay, and then we go to account details. The amount of this mortgage is $160,000. $160,000. Okay, and interest rate is 6%. The number of months, that's 360 payments. Okay, never get anything less than a 30-year payment. Never. Okay, always get a 30-year payment and pay it off early. Okay, and there's a reason for that. Total payment on this is $959.28. $959.28. All right. Our statement date is, because we're starting this whole thing in July, our statement date is June 15, and our first payment date is July 1. There it is, right? So now I've got everything in. All right, I've got everything in on this mortgage, and we're just making the minimum payments. All right, now we were at 9 years, and when I put this in, it goes to 14 years, 6 months. Now I have 3 mortgages in, and now it goes to 14 years, 14.6. Oh, what did I forget? I've got a new mortgage in. It's a rental. What don't I have in here yet? Okay. What did I forget, everybody? Somebody tell me. What did I forget? You can come to the stage and tell me, or put it in the chat. Does anybody know? The rent income. Okay, Ian Pedley says, Pedley from Australia says, I didn't put in the rental income. So we got to go to the budget, and we got to put in the rental income for mortgage, for rental number 2. So we go here, we're going to click edit and add in the income. Oh boy, here we go. Add income. This is going to be rental 2. There we go. All right. Del Garcia says the rent. You're right. I got to put in that rent money. Listen, folks, that rent money coming in. Not on, listen, we're making money on the rent, plus we're going to strategically use that money to help get rid of this thing in record time. All right. So watch this. So we're going to put this in. We're going to select a category. It's income, and then we slide that over to rental income. That's the type of income it is. And then our rent is $1,700 a month on this house as well. $1,700. Okay. I've got, let's see, our first date to get our money is going to be July 1. July 1 is our first time we get our money. So I got the mortgage in, and I've got the income in. So let's save that, and let's see what the program has to say, and then we'll break it down. What? 9.4 years to pay off 3 mortgages. Why does it take so long to pay off a mortgage? Is because of this. I need you to focus in the top right-hand corner. Do you see how much interest that John and Rebecca are going to save on 3 mortgages? $450,865 in interest. If we change one of these windows, okay, let's change this window over here. I can see, this is how much on the right window we can see. I'll change the one next to it. On the right window, we can see they're going to save how much interest they're going to save. But how much interest will they pay? That's important to know too. So let's go ahead and look here. The amount of interest remaining that they do have to pay is only $171,110 on all 3 mortgages. On all 3 mortgages. Let me show you the amount of interest that the bank wanted on just one mortgage. Look at this. We're going to put in $200,000. This is their current home. Okay. They have their primary home and 2 rental properties. Okay. But on their primary home, here's how much interest the bank wanted. $231,676 on just their primary home. But how much interest will they pay on all 3 houses is amazing. All right. How on all 3 houses, look at this. 171,000 on all 3. That's all they're going to pay. Because of that, more of their money can go to where it's supposed to go to pay down the principal. Wow, wow, wow. Look at this. Let me put this years to pay off, 9.4. Do you want to know the month, day, and year they're going to make the very last payment on the last mortgage. Now, I can't tell you which one it's going to be, okay? Whether it's going to be their primary home or one of the rentals, but I can tell you the date of the final payment here. If I change this payoff date, watch this. I'm going to change this to payoff date. November 10, 2032. November 10, 2032 is when they're going to make the final payment where all three mortgages will be paid off. Whew. You can't beat that with a stick. Now, if they just started these mortgages this year, okay, in July of this year, and it's 2023, and the bank wanted them to pay it off 30 years later, what year were they supposed to be out of debt? We started in 2023, 30 years later. What year were they supposed to be out of debt? Put it in the chat. Put it online. All right. Tell me what. Okay. So we have it's 2023. We're going to add 30 years to that. Okay. Simple math. Okay. They're supposed to be out of debt in 2053. They weren't supposed to be out of debt till 2053, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Ian. All right. Listen, Ian is all over this stuff because he is actually a mortgage lender in Australia. All right. And listen, instead of being out of debt in 2053, they're going to be out of debt in 2032. So the amount of interest that they're going to save is $450,000. What if they were to invest that money instead? What if they were to invest that money instead of giving it to the bank, an extra $450,000 to the bank? What if they were to say, listen, since we're going to save that, we signed up to pay it anyway. Why don't we just pay it to ourselves? I'm wondering, ladies and gentlemen, if they were supposed to be out of debt in 2053, but they're out of debt in 2032, how much money could they have by 2053 if they were to invest that money instead? When everybody is just getting out of debt, if they had these three mortgages, how much money would they have if they paid it off and then invested the money into other assets? Can I give you an example of that? We can go to reports. All right. We can go to reports. If you need to see this, go to YouTube so you can see it. Go to reports. All right. Go to not cash flow, not budget. Oh, net worth. Let's take a look at net worth. Okay. We click on net worth and it comes up. We're loading it in. And now we're going to take a look at wealth accumulation. Wealth accumulation. And I'm going to go down. So when they're supposed to be out of debt, look at this. The first year they're out of debt, I need you to see this. I need to make it just a little bit bigger. Okay, just a little bit bigger. There we go. The first year they're out of debt and they start putting money away, they could have $13,742.75 build up in some sort of investment. But let's take a look at 2053 when they were supposed to be out of debt. Let's scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Ooh. When they're supposed to pay off these loans and have no extra money in, in any type of investment vehicle, by 2053, they could have an additional $1,650,000 by investing the money that they were formerly just given away to the bank. Have mercy. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. No, Ian, you said you had a bad guess. I don't think your guess was bad. Do you know why? Because, Ian, this number is at 1% return on their money. Listen, that is 1% return on their money. Yes. So it is 1% return on their money. That's what it would be in 2053 if we put that money away at 1% return on their money. That's not even keeping up with inflation, ladies and gentlemen. What if they could average 8% or 10% or 12%? Then, Ian, I think your guess is probably spot on, but probably closer to 5 million. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine taking that money, instead of giving it to the bank, you invest it in your own family bank? Come to the stage, ladies and gentlemen. Don't just stay there. Come on up. Raise your hand so we can talk today. All right. Listen, are you getting anything out of this? Does this make sense to you? If it makes sense to you, put a number 9 in the chat right now. Put a number 9 in the chat right now. If you're online or in Clubhouse, if you see the benefit of paying money to yourself instead of paying it to the bank. Find a way to pay these loans down. Okay, let's go back. So we can be out of debt. Here we are in 9.4 years on 3 mortgages, saving $450,000. Okay, now I'm going to show you some other things about this program. Here we go. Back to action plan. Remember, it is important to know how this all comes together. So let me do that. Let me show you what they're doing. We're going to track some of this, and then I'm going to go through a couple of months on the whole thing. So John gets paid $950, just like always. We got the rents coming in from rental number 1 and rental number 2, $1,700 a piece. And they've got the first mortgage is $1,199.10. They pay that. The mortgage on rental 1, $1,049.81. They pay that. And the rent on number 2, $959.28 on that. They pay their utility bill. Okay. They pay, Rebecca gets a paycheck. All right. $700 on her paycheck. Now, do you see this arrow here? The arrow says, take money from checking, put it into savings, $3,991.81. That means this is money they don't need for anything else. Okay. They've budgeted everything, even their fund money that they spend every single month. Okay. So Thursday night is date night for me and my wife. So we went out, we got dinner, and last night we went to a movie. Okay. So that's what we did last night. So that is part of what we do. I mean, it's on the calendar. All right. And the money we spend there has been allocated for that night. So however you spend your money to have some fun and to create memories, you put that into the program. So we're not going to tell you not to go out and have fun. Now, that's the guy in Tennessee. He says, don't go anywhere. Don't do anything. Drive a 30-year-old car, cut up your credit cards, and eat beans and rice 7 days a week. Okay. Not for me. All right. I want to have some fun and be able to control my finances. Okay. So Ian says, could this savings account be an investment type account that earns, say, 5%? It most certainly can. Look at this. Okay. Could this amount be an investment? You could, but it's not going to stay in there very long, Ian. All right. It's not going to stay in there. This is a facilitating account, just so that we can store the money up so that the program can determine when is the right time to take money out and put it on the debt. Okay. So you could have it in a higher interest bearing loan, but the amount of interest that you're going to save is way more than the amount of money that you're going to make over here. You're talking about pennies over here, Ian. Okay. Ian says, okay. All right. So we're going to take that off the screen. All right. So now we're going to go through this and says, okay, when does the program predict? I'm going to change this to next debt transfer. based on the information that we have here, the program predicts, based on everything, that at the end of July, I should have enough money saved up in my savings account, Ian, to put money on the debt. 7,000, oh no, $8,970. That's just sitting in the savings account because they're doing everything else. They're paying all their bills and having fun. They're putting away money for investing. They're doing all of that. But the program says they can afford to put $8,970 on their debt. So if we scroll down, now I'm not going step by step yet. I'm just showing you the highlights. Then we'll go step by step. The program chose rental number 2. The program chose rental number 2 to take money out of the savings account and apply it to the debt. And that's even after they spend $1,300 a month on unitemized stuff. It's not even regular part of the budget. There's $1,300 on stuff. And they're still able to put this type of money on the debt. So let's see what happens when they do. Let's click execute. Oh my gosh. The program says save up the money, put it in your savings account. That's after you have had all your fun and paid all your bills. Put it in the savings account and then just take a portion of it and put it on the debt. If they do that, I've got to make this bigger so you can see that. Oh my gosh. You've got to see this. You've got to see this. $38,538 in interest they will not have to pay because they prepaid $8,900 out of their savings account. Whoo! Listen, is the chat broken? Because nobody's chatting with me. I'm gonna say good morning. Somebody say good morning back to me in the chat this morning on Clubhouse. All right. Good morning. Listen, I want to see if the chat is broken. Can somebody chat back with me? Because I put 2 chats in there. Anybody, put something in the chat. Put anything. Because I'm not getting anything. Okay. So Ian says bloody good stuff. Bloody good stuff. All right. Okay, Isaac. Thank you. Because I thought the chat was broken. Betty, good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. Okay, let's wake it up in here. Let's start getting some people in here. David Hunt says good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of good stuff going on here. And I need you to listen to me when I tell you this. I wish somebody would come to the stage and talk with me today. I really love people when they come to the stage and talk. Okay, ask some questions and comment on what you're learning here. If we, it says Aussie slang, Don. Okay, look here, Keitha Thompson. That's a new name. Hey, Keitha. She is watching us on YouTube. Good morning, Miss Keitha. She says good morning. I'll put your information there. All right. Ian Pedley says bloody that's Aussie slang. All right, excellent. All right, so I need you all to see this. What does this really mean? Remember, we're paying our mortgage down every single month. Okay, so which one did we pick? We picked mortgage number 2. All right, so mortgage number 2 was the $60,000 mortgage. So if we go over here, $160,000, okay, $160,000, all right, at 6%, the payment is $959.28. So the program says put about $8,000, okay, $8,000, $8,900 on principal. It saves about $38,000 in interest. Can we put that to the test? Would you like to put that to the test? If you're not seeing this, if you're new to the room, go to YouTube so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to put it to the test. Let's see if it works. If I go to this mortgage, remember, here's $8,900. I go to this mortgage and I need you to scroll. I need you to take a look at cumulative principal and cumulative interest. So we're going to put $8,900 on this mortgage, and let's see if we can figure out kind of figure out how much it's going to save us. So if I go down to cumulative principal, because once you put that money, it goes straight to principal. So we'll just go down to where we can see $8,900, $8,900. This is about, it's right in here. Okay, it's right in here. 8,800 to 9,000 total amount of money going to principal. I need you to take a look at the cumulative amount of interest. If you paid the mortgage down like the bank wanted you to, it would take you 4 years and 2 months to pay it down to this point. And how much interest would it cost? Yeah, about $38,900. So if you prepay it, then you don't have to pay the interest. If you give the money to the bank early, now you don't have to pay that money. All right. So if we go back to the program says if you give your bank the it says $8,970.40. Don't give it any more than what the program says. And I'll tell you why in a minute. $8,970.40. If you give that to the bank, that means you will save $38,538 in interest you don't have to pay. Ladies and gentlemen, why has this been left out of our education? Why is there only one company that's talking about this? All right. If you are a real estate investor, if you are a home buyer, you need to get a savings and earnings report today. How would you like to know the month, day, and year you could be out of debt? John and Rebecca Jones are because of all the money they're saving in interest. Look at what they're doing. Look at what they're out of debt on 3 mortgages in 9.4 years. So let's go ahead. Let me put something on the screen for you right now. So let me see here. I'm going to put this on the screen. We want to be able to get a savings and earnings report. Okay. So go to ice10k.com and we have a new and improved savings report. A new and improved savings report. It works much better than the old one. It's new and improved. It has a different look and a different function. It is much easier to use. So now you can know the month, day, and year you can be debt free and how much interest you can save. Okay. Go to ice10k.com and click on get a savings and earnings report. In fact, why don't we do that? ice10k.com and we'll take a look at it. Okay. And where it says get a savings and earnings report right here. You can't see it. Let me take this off. Hide that. All right, there it is. All right, get a savings and earnings report. All right, I put in ice10k.com and now go down to the button that says get a savings and earnings report. We click on that and there it is. Here is the new look. All right, just fill out this information. All right, first and last name, email, your country code because it works in several different countries, because remember, we're P.I.L.L Method International. Put the country code for your phone and put your cell phone number in and your postal code and click, yes, I want to save. When you do that, just follow these instructions over here. All right. Then we're going to send you an email. You verify that and boom, you're in the form. Start filling out the form. When you fill out the form, okay, make sure then you click submit the form to us. Then our team will get the form and help you to determine the month, day, and year you're going to be debt free. You will know that. And how much interest you're going to save. And you get the report for free. For free, you get the report. Now, if you want to know more, then my team will set you up with a consultation. The consultation is only $150. So you can see, how do we implement this program? So let's say you're supposed to save $150,000 in interest and pay off all of your debt in 7 years. So how does that work? All right. We'll set you up with a consultation. The consultation is $150, and we'll tell you how it all comes together and then what you'll need to accomplish that goal. But everything we do is guaranteed. So if you don't feel that the information you got in the consultation is not worth $150, you just say so, and I'll send it back to you before the end of the call. We will send it back to you before the end of the call if you feel that you didn't get your money's worth. No one goes away from the pill method disappointed. They either we either provide what we promise or you don't pay. I mean, you get that's a new saying. We do what we say or you don't pay. How about that? We do what we say or you don't pay. Now, this is the new savings report, ladies and gentlemen. It is a lot easier to use. Go ahead and get your savings and earnings report today. It is free. My goodness, you could know the month, day, and year you're out of debt. That is amazing. All right. So here's what else do we have? We've got my book. Go to ice10k.com and you can start getting the information from my book. So we're going to go to ice10k. So you can see my book here, and it is the only book on Amazon that even begins to talk about this subject, about how much interest you can save with one payment. I've been looking. I still don't see it. We've been out here 18 years, and I'm still looking for information on if I just make one prepayment, how much interest will that save me with this one payment? Whether it's $1 or whether it's $5 or whether it's $10. Right now, here's what's happening. Anytime you want to shorten the life of your loan, okay? Anytime you want to shorten the life of your loan and you're putting extra money on, okay? Anytime you're putting extra money on your loan, guess what's not happening? You're not getting a receipt. You're not getting a receipt that says, here's how much interest you saved. You've never gotten one. Not from your credit card, not from your auto loan, not from your mortgage, not from your personal loans, none of that. They tell you how much you owe. They tell you that we've received your payment. They'll even tell you that they received your extra payment, but they will not tell you how much interest you saved. Isn't that something? You need to know how much interest you're saving and how much time you're saving. Our program does that for you so that you can know that how much interest you're saving and how much time you're saving. Get the book, ladies and gentlemen. Get the book today. Start reading it. Start sitting down with your children so that they can understand these concepts of interest cancellation, how it all works. When you break it all down, you're going to learn a couple of things. Okay. Can I share a little bit with you? Can I share a little? I've got some comments in here. I can't forget the comments. All right. So we've got David Hunt here says jumped on it like on the like button. It says he jumped on the like button when he heard that. So let's put that on the screen. All right. He jumped on the like button. Thank you very much for that, sir. And we've got something from Carol. Hello, I live in the UK. All right. Here's what she has. Hello, I live in the UK. I have a $170K mortgage at 6.5 years left to pay. I pay the interest, $280 monthly. I pay an extra £100 to the mortgage because that's all I can afford at the moment. Now, so if you only have 6.5 years left, Carol, there's not a whole lot of interest left to save. This is why we do a savings and earnings report. Because when we do that savings and earnings report, Carol, you'll know how much interest you have left. And if there's not a whole lot of interest left, we will tell you that we'll give you a course of action. You may not be right for our program if this is the only mortgage that you have. But the only way we can know is if you do a savings and earnings report. So do that for me, Carol. Go ahead and fill that out. All right. And send it in to us. We'll take a look at it. and my team will set up a call on WhatsApp between you and me personally. How do you like that? Carol, thank you for being so transparent. Let's take a look at your situation and then we can come back and talk about it. So Carol from the UK wants to know what would happen with her mortgage, and our program is just instead of dollars, it would be pounds for you. Okay, £100 sterling for Miss Carol Bentley. So you know we have people on the UK on our program. All right, Carol. So go ahead and fill that out, and we'll get that information done for you. All right. So, folks, listen. Here's another thing that's getting ready to happen. Do you like the information? Do you like this information? Because guess what? We have an affiliate training coming up, and you want to be there. We're training affiliates. Affiliates can make between $300 and $3,000 a month. Affiliates can make between, she says, that's great. Where do I get the report to complete, please? Okay, here, I'm going to give it to you. ICE, okay, 10K.com. I'm putting it in the chat. I'm also going to make it crawl across the screen here. All right, I should have had that already. Let's see, visit. Okay, there we go. We're putting that on at the bottom of the screen there, Carol. Visit ice10k.com to start the process. I'm going to keep that running through the rest of the show. Okay, ice10k.com, and then click on the button that says Get a Savings and Earnings Report. All right, there we go. Thank you for that. All right, BJ wants to come to the stage. All right, invite to speak. Miss BJ, what's going on with you this morning?
Yeah. Good morning.
Good.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Talk to us
I
this
gotta
morning.
find your voice on my phone. Are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. I was in my car and I was putting you on the display,
Okay.
so I could hear you while I was driving. Go through yet, but I want to. Let me just say something.
Yes.
Good morning, everybody. Bless
Hey,
everybody here.
good morning. Good
You know
morning, Miss
what?
BJ. Hey, listen, folks, come up to the stage, even if you're not going to say anything. Liza, will you just come up and just populate the stage, even if you can't talk? All right, come up to the stage, even if you can't talk. So, BJ, what's on your mind this morning?
Um, I don't own a home. I used to have three, but it was through marriage, and my husband sold them all when he left. And I'm trying to encourage my sons to own real estate. So I listen to you because my daughter-in-law and my son in the process of purchasing a home, and I'll be able to tell them all this great information at the very beginning. Do you know how powerful and valuable this is for a person? Get it up front before you even sign on the dotted line so you know what the heck you're doing instead of in hindsight. So I really appreciate you putting this information out. I'll be looking for your book because I want to read it. And my son in California who's doing he flips houses and he doesn't even own a house. I was like, dude, what are you doing? And that's a long story. You know what I'm saying? Like he lives in an apartment, and but rightly so because when he was 18, he inherited over $300,000 years ago because he's in his 50s,
Yes.
and he wasted it on women, jewelry, uh, events or whatever.
Oh
And
boy.
so now he's reaping the benefit of all that non understanding of what to do with that kind of money. And when his grandfather died, he got another 80 grand. And I had told him, I said, dude, buy yourself a duplex.
There you
Rent out
go.
one side, live in the other. But he didn't listen. So guess what? I ain't mad. I hope he's learning his lesson in his 50s, flipping houses, and you live in an apartment. So yeah, I'm gonna send him your book for Christmas.
All right. Listen, my book makes a great gift at any time, ladies and gentlemen.
I
Just
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just want you to know how much the blessing people who don't even have their property to be able to have this information up front so they do it right. Now, when I owned my houses with my husband, I actually used to do what you said. I used to make extra payments, and then some.
You're in the matrix. We're losing you. We're not hearing you right now, BJ, because you're getting good information. Come back to us come back to us when you get a in a better spot. Miss Liza, Lisa or Liza, help me out.
Hi, Ice. It's Liza. Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
Liza.
I'm
How are
Liza
you?
Martinez.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you. How are you doing?
Hi, hola. Yes, guys, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Keeping busy now that the kids are back in school. So it's good for business. So I love your room. I feel like I love what BJ was saying. And I love your room just because I feel like you are teaching what is like the most basic, you know, tool that we need to have for, buying any property, whether it's a personal property or an investment property, is to understand the schedule, and also to, get that consultation with ICE, because basically he has the AI that is going to give you exact numbers. Like, I'm a type of person, I can't figure these things out. So I love the fact that he's doing all the legwork and you can just put those figures in there and it will calculate for you, so that we're not overpaying and that we're using our money and our cash the right way, and being able to save on the interest, because I feel like a lot of times we're like cash flow and like how much I can make, and all that is great. Sorry guys, I have actually an appointment coming, but with that, the savings, like, people can't be too good for the savings. Like, we need to be good for the savings as well, right up from the front, because that'll make our investment sound. Hi. Sorry guys, I'm gonna keep you on because I actually have a friend over, but I just wanted to pop in and say hi. It's been such a long time.
All right.
But I'm in PA and just wanted to, pop in and just say hi. I love you guys' room. I love Ice's room, and tap in, everyone.
Thank you, Liza. Listen, okay, folks, if I invite you to the stage, come on up to the stage. You don't have to talk, but by you being on the stage, you help populate the room. Okay. By being on the stage, you help populate the room. So please come to the stage and just sit there. You don't have to say a word. All right. So raise your hand, come to the stage, even if you don't want to say anything. All right. So listen, folks, we are here. Now, I'm going to click on another button, another very important button. You want to see this. When you go to ice10k.com, all right, you can get a savings and earnings report. Yes. You go to ice10k.com, you find the button to buy my book. Yes. But when you also go to ice10k.com, you can find the button, okay, that says become an affiliate. Become an affiliate. Good morning, Adele. Good morning to you. How are you doing? She's watching us on Facebook. Okay. So become an affiliate. It takes about 15 seconds to fill out and it's free. Oh my goodness. Something that's free, that's worth something. Ha! Full name, put your full name in here. All right. And your phone number, your email. All right. And how you want to get paid. Our affiliates are paid anywhere between 300 and 3,000 a month to send us clients. Whoa! And you don't have to do any selling. No selling involved. But you can make between 300 and 3,000 a month or more. How do you do that? Well, there are plenty of people out there that are looking for a better way to eliminate debt. They need this information. Okay, they see this information. You've seen it and you think it's valuable. So you're going to find people that want to do something different as well. They're tired of paying their money and not getting anywhere. So send them to our YouTube channel. Okay. This is, ladies and gentlemen, today is show number 256 on our YouTube channel. 256 of these shows where we got good information going out, like how to pay off a mortgage in 3 years. If you're coming to the party late, that's okay. You can listen to the replay. I'm going to go over some more information here about how to pay off three mortgages right after this. Okay. So how to pay off 3 mortgages in under 10 years. It's amazing information. So if somebody you know that's a real estate investor or they're a residential home buyer, doesn't really matter, but they want to do more and better things with their money, then send them to the YouTube channel. Let them watch some of our YouTube videos. That's all you have to do. Then follow up with them in 2 days. Follow up with them in about 2 days. No more than 48 hours. No more than 48 hours. That's the 48-hour rule. When you do that and you find out, are you interested in knowing more? Are you interested in knowing more? If they are, then what you do is you find the button, all right, on my card that says, okay, we became an affiliate. Let's see here. Let's see, learn more. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Refer a friend. Refer a friend. You click on that button, okay? Refer a friend, all right? And then you put their name and number in here. Their name and number in here. How about that? Their name, their phone number, their email address, their zip code. The zip code is important because we need to know what time zone they're in. The phone number may not tell us, okay? May or may not tell us. But when you put their zip code in, that will tell us. All right. We know when to call. Who referred them? You put your number and your name in here, your name and your number in this space, and then give us any other pertinent information about these folks and submit. When we call them, we're going to call them and have them fill out a savings and earnings report for us. We're going to talk to them. All right. When we do that, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? When we do that, we will determine if they are going to be a good fit for the P.I.L.L method or not. And if they have at least $100,000 in debt and they become a client, we will pay you $300. If they have, if you send us 2 in the same month, oh, the second one is worth 400. Can't give you the same amount for the second one if you send us the first one. All right. So the second one is worth $400. Send us a third one. That one was worth 500. Send us a fourth one. That one is worth 600. But if you send us a fifth one in the same month, that one is worth 1,200 for a total of $3,000. You can't beat our affiliate program. So become an affiliate today. Go to my Ice 10K card and says, well, Don, what's going to happen if we become an affiliate? I tell you what, we have an affiliate training coming up. All right. Let me get the link for that. Let me put it in the chat. We've got an affiliate training coming up. All right. Copy the link and put that link in the chat. All right. There it is. We're putting it in the chat. Boom. We got an affiliate training coming up. Once you become an affiliate, we've got affiliate training coming up for next Thursday evening. Next Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Central. 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay. And if you come to that training, you're going to get your own digital business card similar to mine, a $250 value. You're going to get one of these to help you to market the P.I.L.L method. You'll get your own card. You get your own. Now, anybody who's on the online right now that's already has their card, go ahead and make a comment about getting your own digital card just for showing up, registering for this affiliate training. I'm going to also put it in. We're also going to put it here in the chat here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put it, and I'm going to put it on the screen. So that is I'm going to put it on the screen for us here. We're going to go here, affiliate training, paste and go. There it is. Register now to learn super affiliate secrets needed to uplevel your earning potentials at this exclusive training. Oh my gosh. All right.
Can I ask a
Go right ahead, BJ.
can I join the affiliate program?
You most certainly can. You're out there. Listen, you already affiliate talking about I need to share this with my sons.
Not only my sons, but my brother, who him and his wife, they have a house. I got people in my family who, and a cousin that just bought a house in Orlando, and girlfriend had to strip herself down. She can't go to the hairdresser. She can't get her nails done because she got to make sure she pay her mortgage.
Come on now.
I'm really gonna send her to you.
All right. So become an affiliate, BJ, and sign up for the affiliate training and for next Thursday, and we'll take good care of you. Plus, you're going to get being there, you will get a digital card similar to the one that I have, so that it'll be easy for you to navigate this whole process. Okay.
Yay! I'm coming. I already got it in my thing. I'm gonna sign up when I get home. I'm driving. I do business inspections, and I'm on my way to an inspection.
Come on,
But
girl.
I'm definitely. I talk to mortgage brokers and real estate people all the time because I go in and inspect their businesses. I'm gonna tell them about you. Okay. All righty. Have a good.
All right, thank you, BJ. I'm loving you. I'm loving you already, folks. So listen, if you're not an affiliate already, go to ice10k.com, ice10k.com, and sign up to become an affiliate today. And also get the affiliate training link. Get the affiliate training link. All right, make sure you have that. I'm going to have the that link added to my card, so that you can always come to the affiliate training whenever we have one. Ladies and gentlemen, I've shared some information with you on how to pay off 3 mortgages in 10 years. 3 mortgages in under 10 years. I've shared some information with you. I've told you that you can get my book, which is the only book on Amazon out of 33 million titles that even begins to talk about this subject. I've even let you know that you can get a savings and earnings report for free by going to ice10k.com and clicking on get a savings and earnings report. Adele Haywood says, have mine. She's got mine. David Hunt says, got his. He says, the card is amazing. All right. And listen, it's a $250 value you get for just registering. And the registration is $24.95. $24.95 to register to get this training. $24.95. Okay. It's worth $2,500. But you're getting the training for $24.95. Plus, for showing up, you're going to get a digital business card worth $250 paid for by the P.I.L.L method. How about that? Okay. All right. So Ian says need to sort his out. He'll be online next week. Excellent. So, folks, let me go over. So for some of the people that just came in, you may be coming late to the party, but you need to see. I'm going to go over some of the recap, the basics, and then I'm going to go through a few months on the program so you can see exactly what happens when you follow this program. Are you ready? Because see, listen, we're going to be, we're usually here for 2 hours, but I think we're going to be out of here just a little bit early today. So if you want to see how this actually works, let me know. Put a number 9 in the chat, and I'll show you going through the program how it actually works. And then we're going to see how the money is saved, how it's calculated, what the program is actually doing. So we're going to start with, we had 1 mortgage in here, and the program was going to save us 7.7 years. We're going to be out of debt in 7.7 years. Okay. Then we added one mortgage. Okay. So we had the primary mortgage, all right, at $200,000, 1199.10. Then we added mortgage number one, $175,000, but we added the rental income to go with it. That took us from 7.7 years to 9 years to pay off two mortgages. 9 years to pay off two mortgages. Then we added a third mortgage, another rental property, $160,000. Same rent coming in, $1,700. And it went from 9 years to 9.4 years to pay off three mortgages in less than 10 years by using this program. Folks, if you're a real estate investor, I don't care if you have $2 million worth of properties. You could have 20 mortgages. This program will handle it. 40 mortgages. This program can handle it. We will show you how to save a lot of money in interest to get your equity faster and cheaper with this program. And it's free to find out. Okay? Free to find out. Just go to ice10k.com and get a savings and earnings report. All right. So now here's where we are. So Don, how does the program work? How does it work? I'm going to show you step by step what you need to do. And let me make it just a little bit bigger so everybody can see. All right. So John gets paid on July 1st. He gets paid $950. Okay. Remember, this is how much he has in his checking account right now. He's got $3,000 in his checking account right now. So if he gets paid $950 bi-weekly, he just clicks execute. Okay. And closes it out. And now he just told the program, I just received $950. You see, it has disappeared from the screen. It's no longer there. Where did it go? We go to accounts. It got added to his virtual checking account. His virtual checking account matches his real checking account in real time because he told the program, I received this money. Okay. The program must always know how much money you have so it can make good recommendations for you. Okay. Now, what happens next? Well, he has to pay. He's getting income from the rental. All right. So the rent checks came in on time. He says, well, do I want to, how can I save time? Well, I can click on this one and this one. Okay. Click execute multiples and tell the program we received our rental checks all at the same time. Look at this. Boom. I can do as many of these as I want to save time. And I just told the program now we've received our rental checks. Now let's see how much money they have in their, look, they have over $7,350 in their checking account now. Okay, it went there. There it is. All right, now it's time to pay bills. Pay the mortgage, and we do the same thing. We just keep clicking on it, all right? And then the program tells us when to put money into savings. All right, $3,999. Rebecca we pay the phone bill here. Rebecca gets a paycheck here. And now the program says, you know what? Because we have the rental coming in, Rebecca's income is not needed this month, this paycheck to pay bills. Rebecca's income is not needed to pay bills. So the program says we can put her whole paycheck into the savings account. Look at that. We could put the whole thing in the savings account. And then John gets paid. All right. Then we have groceries to buy. Do you see that? And we're still putting away money into savings. Now, the program says on 7/26, we can take $8,900 out and put it on the debt. Okay. Out of savings. $8,970.40. We're going to take that out of savings because we saved it up. We didn't need that money for anything else. Okay. Okay. Adele says you keep cutting out, but might be okay on other platforms. Okay, Adele. It could be the your internet. It could be. But listen, um, you can always go to the replay and it should be just fine. It should be just fine. But thank you for letting us know. Thank you for letting us know. Here's what she was saying, folks. It says you keep cutting out, but it might be okay on other platforms. She's watching us on Facebook. All right. Try YouTube. See if
Yeah,
it's
I can hear you clearly.
okay.
I can hear you clearly. You're not cutting out on Clubhouse. You're not cutting out. I'll say.
Thank you, BJ. Thank you. BJ, listen. Um, you better come back to this room because you're a good cheerleader.
Well, I just want to let you know you're not cutting out on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So
you know what? I believe in cheering on things that really help my community of the brown skinned people. Okay.
Come on, BJ. Come on. All right, folks. See, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you in short order because I can take out a whole. I can execute a whole month at a time, and I want to show you. Now we can do this one by one, but we're 8 minutes. We're at 8:24 Central Time. We've been into the show for 1 hour 23 minutes already. All right, and I don't have time to do it one by one. So we're going to select the entire month. Okay, we're going to select the entire month here. Okay, and then we're going to click on execute multiples. Okay, execute multiples. All right, and we're going to, let's see, some of these we have to close out. Yeah, we're going to close out all the budgets for the month. Okay, so we're going to select all. And now we're pretending like we're going to do everything in July one by one, but I'm doing it all at the same time just to save time. And I want to show you how the program operates. So we're going to click on that. We're going to click execute. So the entire month of July has now been executed. I need you to watch up top because we put that extra money on the debt. The program has calculated, here's your potential interest savings of $450,865. But because we put $8,900 on mortgage number 2, actual interest saved is already $38,538 in interest. Why is this important? This is the interest that they've saved already. Why is it important? Because people who become clients of the P.I.L.L method, usually within the first 3 to 5 months, save more interest than the cost of their program. In the first 3 to 5 months, John and Rebecca Jones saved way more than the cost of their program in the first month. They've already saved $38,000 in interest by following this. Now, we take a look here and look and see, oh, the program says because of now we're in, we started in July, and now it says, okay, we went all the way through August. Okay, all the way through August. Look at this. We got our income in from our rental checks in August. We paid all of our bills. Okay, and we started putting money away again. Money in savings, money in savings, money in savings. We're putting money in savings. Every time we have a money that we don't need for anything, the program says put that in savings. All right, and pay all your bills. All right, but in the month of August, all we did was make minimum payments to the car loan. We made minimum payments to all the mortgages, all 3 mortgages, just the regular minimum payment. No extra money went to any debt in the month of August because the program is always looking for the right time and the right amount. All right, the right time and the right amount. Watch this. Oh my gosh. The program says, well, at the end of September is when we're going to put money on debt again. On 9/27, you'll have enough saved up to put on the debt. and we're going to save about $5,455. Now, that's what is being predicted. But what happens? Okay. Now, I just received today. I put my car in the shop for regular maintenance. Okay, regular maintenance. I put my car in the shop for oil change and stuff like that. I just put it in, and then they gave me a call. When your car's in the shop, do you hate to see your phone ring and you see the shop on there? You put your car in for oil change, and then they call you. Listen, all I wanted was a tire. I need my tires rotated and my oil changed. So I took it off, I dropped it off, and then they called me. They said, well, looks like you're going to need 2 new rotors and your front end, rack and pinion or whatever it is they call that stuff, that you really need to go ahead and get that replaced because the bushings are worn out. Now, you all know what a bushing is. I don't know what a bushing is. Okay. But I trust these people with my car. So if they say it needs it, it needs it. So that was extra $2,000 I wasn't planning on spending right then. So if I tell the program I need to spend an extra $2,000, it's going to say, well, Don, you won't have $5,000 to put on the debt anymore. We have to reduce that amount because you had to spend more than you were planning on in your budget this month. Oh, so if I tell the program when life starts lifing, I heard that earlier today, when life starts lifing on you, what do you do with this program? Well, you tell it and it will recalculate for you as to what to do next. There you go. So you're never not knowing what to do. So Ian, what do you have? Says, how much extra do they want? Okay, how much extra do they want? Oh, Ian said, that's what happens when you take your car to the shop and they call you. They want you to pay them more money because they found something wrong to fix. Okay, there you go. So now, so in August, we didn't do anything except make the minimum payment. So I'm just going to go to select the entire month of August. I'm going to click on multiples. Okay. And I'm going to select all. And then we're going to execute the entire month. Okay. Now, do you see we didn't put any extra on the debt? So our actual interest saved didn't move. All right. So let's see here. For the month of September. All right. It says that we're going to put $5,454.86 on mortgage number 2 again. The program chose mortgage number 2 again. So if we do that, we're going to save by putting $5,454.86 on mortgage number 2 again. We're going to save an additional $18,353 in interest. Man, oh man, if you want to see this, you got to go to YouTube to see this. All right. Or go to one of our, we're live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Just search for P.I.L.L Method. You'll be able to see it. I have the link in the chat as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you seeing how this works? If we follow the program and the program says you're going to save this much interest by putting this on. Now, why is that important? Because if they just make the minimum payments on their loans till they paid off this loan on mortgage number 2, rental number 2, they paid it down by an additional $5,454 the bank's way, they would have to give the bank $18,353 in interest just to do that. So since they're cash flowing really well and they're stacking up this cash, well, they can say, I don't want to follow the bank's timing because every time I follow the bank's timing, I have to give them a boatload of interest. Take a look at mortgage number 2. Look at it. Every single month. Look, starts out at less than $159. $159 goes to principal, $800 goes to interest. Look at all these interest payments. Look at all these interest payments. But by giving them that money, I'm skipping a ton of these interest payments I never have to make. Look at that. So the first time we put $8,900 on, okay, that took us cumulative principal. That took us down to about here, $8,900 right in here. Took off 4 years. Okay. Then for 2 months, we didn't pay anything extra. But in the third month, we're going to do 5,000. It's going to take us another $5,000. We add to that. Let me just round that up to 9,000. So we put another 5,000. That takes us down to about 14,000. 14,000 or about $15,000 in prepay in principal. So it takes us down to here. We're down to line 77 in about 3 months. Look how much interest we've saved so far. About in 59,000. Okay, 59,000. So let's see what the program says if it matches this. How many payments we've knocked off in just 3 or 4 months. If this is correct, 60 months is 5 years, 72 months is 6 years. We've knocked off 6.5 years in less than 6 months on these mortgages. 6.5 years gone already in less than 6 months. Let's see what happens if we tell the program, I want to do this. So what we're going to do is tell the program, we're going to click on the entire month of September, okay? The entire month of September. But because today is September 8th, all right, the program won't let me execute these because it's at the end of September. But I'm going to tell the program we're actually doing this earlier. So I'm going to change the dates on these. All right. So we're going to select the entire month. We're going to execute multiples. So I have to change it to today's date, which is the 8th. All right. So anything beyond the 8th, like this one, I have to change to the 8th. Okay. And this one, it's going to take me a minute or two to get these changed because I want to show you the benefit of prepaying. We're going to lose just a little bit of cash by doing it this way instead of what the program says. But I just want to show you what we're doing here. So I got to change this to the 8th, or the program won't let me proceed. This one to the 8th, this one to the 8th. We're changing all the dates. There we go. 27th, okay, to the 8th, and this one to the 8th. There we go. We're all done. Okay, we changed the dates, and we're going to select all to close everything out. Now, watch this. We're going to execute this, and we're going to compare it to the amortization schedule. So we execute it, and we're at about $56,000 in interest saved already in less than 6 months. But when we compare it to the amortization schedule, look here, we're in the 50s. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't make it any plainer than that. The program is going to take your extra money and tell you when to pay it, what month to pay it in, what day of the month to pay it on. And if you follow the program, we'll be able to pay off. Now we only have 9.1 years left to pay off 3 mortgages because we're skipping payments, because we're giving the bank back their money at a time which is convenient for us, not convenient for them. You do it according to their timing, you're going to pay them a lot of money. Okay. Listen, let's see. Principal paid. Here's how much principal we paid on these loans so far. $17,258 in principal paid so far, but we've saved $56,000 in interest. Come on. Oh my goodness. This is amazing that you can do this. So get a savings and earnings report today. It's the brand new savings and earnings report, ladies and gentlemen. It's brand new and it works a lot better. Oh my goodness, brand new. All right. So let's bring this back up. Okay. My 10K card, ice10k.com. Ice10k.com. I hope this was beneficial. Okay. We went through 2 or 3 months on the program, paid off $17,000 worth of principal, but saved over $56,000 in interest already that we never have to pay the bank. Whoa! So let's get on board with this thing. If you want to do something similar, okay, go to ice10k.com and click on where it says get a savings and earnings report right under ET there. Get a savings and earnings report. Okay. This is our video card here. All right. You can listen to ET all day about the P.I.L.L method. He loves the P.I.L.L method. All right. Get your savings and earnings report and then fill out the information and my staff will get with you, confirm that information with you, and then you'll know the month, day, and year you'll be debt free. And that it's a 2-page document that we're going to send you for free if you want it. They'll also set up for you a consultation if you want to know how to implement these changes in your life so that you'll be able to accomplish what we're putting here. Okay. If you follow the directions that we set up for you, you'll be able to do what the estimate says, what our savings and earnings report says. We're going to tell you how much interest you're going to save, and we're going to do a potential earnings report. How much money will that money make for you if you invest it instead of giving it to the bank? We're going to give you that as well. Okay. So get your savings and earnings report. Here's what it looks like. Here's a new savings and earnings report. Get one. Get that thing. All right. Start filling out this information today. It's a lot easier. It's a lot cleaner. Here's the new look of the savings and earnings report. Go to ice10k.com and start the process today. All right. And then once you do that, sign up to get your consultation as well. All right. Now, all right. What's next? Go back. Get the book. Don't forget to buy the book. Use that link in ice10k.com. Look, it takes you right to Amazon so that you can get the book. All right. So buy the book. Click on that and buy the book. Get the book today. All right. And then the last thing, folks, before you go today, is this. Become an affiliate. Okay. BJ says she'd love to become an affiliate. BJ is going to become an affiliate today. As soon as she gets home, she said. It takes about 15 seconds to fill out. Okay. Find that button, become an affiliate. When you fill out that affiliate button, ladies and gentlemen, what's going to happen? You're going to become part of our team for free. And we're going to teach you what to say and what not to say. We're going to work with you so that you can help us get the message out, because now you're an affiliate of the P.I.L.L method. You like this information. You have access to all kinds of information. You're going to get an affiliate card, okay? When you attend an affiliate training. When you attend an affiliate training, we're having one next week on Thursday. If you attend affiliate training, you will get a digital card for free. There you go. All right. If you want to know what the a card looks like, okay, look here. Your card will, there's a sample of affiliate cards. So you click on sample of affiliate card. All right. And then you're going to get a card that looks something like this. Get your savings and earnings report. You'll be able to go through the videos. All right. And tell us the pill method. Tell us your pill method story if you have one. All right, so you'll have all of that information there. Okay. All right. So I got to make a note on this. All right. Wait a minute. I'm making some notes. There you go. All right. Get an affiliate card. All right. Your picture will go here. You get some good information here. All right. You can refer a friend from your affiliate card. All right. You can tell somebody else how they can become an affiliate. And here's the best thing of all. You can send somebody the affiliate card. All right. Your information. All right. Send them the link to your card. You can click share, which is going to be easy to do. Once you click share on your card, all right. It'll okay. Let's go. Oh, that's a different button. All right, we changed that button. All right. Once you do that, once you click on that, you can send your card to anybody you want and send them the link. All right. Then they would just click add to contacts, and then they have your information, your card on their phone. Once they have that, guess what else they can do? I need you to see something. Guess what else they'll be able to do? They'll be able to click on where it says episodes. And it'll take them to over 200 episodes of the pill method that they can watch right from their phone. Look at that. They don't have to go to YouTube. It's right. It'll be right on your card. It'll be right on your affiliate card. They can click on the episodes and watch right from their phone, starting immediately. Follow up with them in 2 days, no more than 48 hours. And then if they still want to know more, okay, then take them to on your card, refer a friend, then refer them to us. And you can make between $300 and $3,000 a month. All right. I'm going to put the link again to the affiliate training. All right. Copy the link. We're going to put it in the comment section. Put it in there to the training masterclass. Okay. To the affiliate masterclass. So we're going to send that to you there. We're going to put it in the chat again. All right. One more time in the chat on Clubhouse. The affiliate masterclass. Once you become an affiliate, all right. And once you become an affiliate, you're going to be on the mailing list. All right. But we update the mailing list weekly, not daily, but we update it weekly. That's why I'm giving you, if you're not an affiliate already, you will not be getting the next email blast for the affiliates. So I'm giving you the link ahead of time so you can go ahead and sign up for the class. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. I want to thank you for being here today. I hope you got something out of this today. All right. I hope you got something out of this today. But go to ice10k.com, ice10k.com. All your information is going to be there. All right. So boom, we got to change our look on the program. We're wrapping it up. I want to see if there are any other questions about anything. Any questions about how the program works, how we can pay off 3 mortgages in less than 10 years. Any questions about the affiliate program? Any questions about my book? Any questions about how to get a savings and earnings report for free? All right, I'm looking for any questions or any comments about that right now and online. All right, I think I've answered everything. All right, let me see. Ian says, see, he's understanding our program better and better and better. And Ian says, can I buy digital copies of your book? Yes, you can. All right. Yes, you can. You can send them to whoever you want. All right. And that would be if you go to ice10k.com and click on buy the book, the digital book is right there as well that you can send to anybody you want. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready to say goodbye, but we're going to be back here on Sunday on doing another live show on Sunday. And it is, let me see if I can get that link for you. All right. And put that in there for Sunday show. We've changed things around here. And that's going to be we're going to be in the mortgage syndicate on Sunday. All right. Let me see here. The mortgage syndicate on Sunday. Today. All right. I'm looking through here. Sunday, September 10. All right. And let's see if I can get that link. No, I can't. I don't know how to do that yet. I have to figure out how to, click on share. All right. And then I'm going to click on copy. There we go. Just copied it. Let me see if that works. Let me see if that works on my computer. All right. All right. So what we're doing here is I'm going to put that link in here, and I'm going to put it in the chat on Clubhouse. This is the link to Sunday show. All right. There we go. That's the link to Sunday show. All right. And some of you have heard of Los Callahan. Some of you have heard of Flame Newton. And they talk about business credit. I mean, they fire that thing up. All right. But nobody on the app, nobody is talking about how to pay that money back at a discount. They talk about how to get the credit. And listen, and as soon as you leave here, you need to go to Mortgage Syndicate. Flame and Los Callahan are talking about business credit right now, currently in the Mortgage Syndicate on Clubhouse. All right. They do such a great job, but we want to compliment what they're doing and talk about not only get the credit, but manage it well and pay a lot less interest once you get it. We're going to be talking about that on Friday. And here's the title of the show: Los and Flame fire up business credit and ICE pays it off. How do you like that title? So we're going to be back here on Sunday at 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern to talk about how icing that debt, all right, can save you a ton of interest on your business credit as well. All right. So last thing today, folks, we're going to hear from Dr. Eric Thomas. Before we go, I'm going to check one last time. Ms. Liza, are you still with us? Oh, you had to go into a meeting. You said you already told me. Don't worry about it. And that's it for today. Thank you for being here. I hope this was beneficial. Share this around, become an affiliate, get the book, and join the training as well. So I was going to put, okay, I got it both places. Great. All right. So let me get ready to put up, let me see here. Let's get queued up here. All right. Eric Thomas is queued up. All right. It's queued up, everybody. Listen, see you again on Sunday when we talk about Los and Flame fire up business credit and ICE, interest cancellation expert, pays it off. See you on Sunday. Oh, and to everyone who applies, have a happy Sabbath. All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Listen to me, y'all. But one of his mentees took us through one of their programs, and I paid off my mortgage. But guess what happened? My marriage went to a whole nother level. And you know why? Because my wife is a security freak. And even when I blew up, my wife would be like, oh, you blew up, but how long is you gonna keep making this kind of money? I was like, I don't know, forever. She's like, you sure? Because I'm gonna keep my license as a nurse just in case you don't. So when I paid the house off, my boy was like, you ain't gotta do that, you can do this. But when I paid the house off using that program, it took the stress level all the way down from my wife because we no longer had a mortgage. Does that make sense? That thing that was coming every month, that was getting on her nerves, we didn't have that no more. And so she was at rest.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. That's the end of our show for today.